Hey guys, this is going to be a quick review of the Lifetime Angler kayak review. I recently bought a new kayak. I upgraded to a Big Fish 120, and before I dismantled my old one, I wanted to show the modifications that I made to it and the pros and cons over the last 2.5 years that I've had it. Let's go over the pros of this kayak. It is relatively cheap. I think I bought it out here in Las Vegas at Big Five Sporting Goods for about $200 or $220. I know Walmart sells it, Amazon sells it, and you might find some at Cabela's Bass Pro, but I'm not too sure. So the price point, great entry kayak. Has a weight capacity of 275 pounds, it's 10 feet long. It was perfect for what I needed. I fish on lakes and reservoirs, no streams, no ocean, nothing like that. Pretty big lakes too, Lake Mead, if you're familiar with that. I think at one point was the largest lake in the nation. Big lake, sometimes get really windy. Never had any issues stability-wise on this thing. Great kayak. Couldn't recommend it more for a beginner. If you're looking for cons of this kayak, the size. 10 feet can get a little dicey at times. I know I said there was no problems with stability, but 10 feet, waves kind of hit you broadside a little bit. You get a little nervous. I got a buddy of mine who flipped his about 3 times. That being said, he had a couple beers, a couple cocktails, and that may have influenced him tipping over just a little bit, probably a lot. Another con of this kayak is the tracking. Being 10 foot, it's not longer, it doesn't cut the water as fast, but for the most part, it does the job good. Good kayak, just ready for an upgrade, something a little bit bigger, more stability, more room, more utility is what I was really seeking and why I got rid of it. So now I'll go over from front to back the modifications I made and just a brief run through of the kayak. Turning the kayak on the side here just so you can see the bottom. I never got around to painting the bottom of it, but this is where I have the transducer for the fish finder. Just fed it up through the scupper hole, and then I plugged it up with some silicone just so it is water resistant, no water gets through it. Other scupper hole that I did plug up as well. But that's the kayak on the back so you can see where the transducer is. Off by saying a lot of the original pieces aren't on it anymore because I have changed some things. But so to start off, there was handles here so you could grab it and you could drag the kayak, do what you want. I opted for a carabiner with some of these heavy duty Velcro straps that I got from Home Depot. That way I can attach it to my ceiling and it's out of the way. Nice bungee here for a dry bag, or if you want to store your paddles up there, that's fine. This is just to prove that it is a Lifetime kayak. Now, what you're probably wondering is, why does it look the way it does? When you see them online, I think they come in tan and a beige, I guess you would call it. I was feeling crazy one weekend and I decided I wanted to throw a camo paint job on it. All in all, with having no painter skills whatsoever and very crunched for time, I was able to put a pretty cool camo design to it, called Arctic Camo or something. All I did was take stencils, layer the stencils, put more on, put more on, put more on, let it dry, so on and so forth. Originally there was nothing here in the middle. I was always looking for places to put my bait and whatnot, so I came up with an idea of putting an ammo can, just a plastic ammo can. I screwed it to the bottom. You can see my terrible caulking job, but that way it's just watertight. Inside it can hold quite a bit of stuff. It's a little dirty right now because I just came back from fishing, but I do have 3 side-by-side plano storage boxes, nail clippers, just odds and ends that I was always struggling to get out of my bag, and that way it's right there, easy access. It does have a hole here to get inside the hole of the kayak. There's no dividers in there, so if you put something in there, it's going to slide around unless you get one of those custom dry bags that do fit on the actual hole. Little rivets here for your feet, kind of useless in my opinion, never used them. Now to the seat. Originally there's a seat that is on the ground level of the kayak. It was terrible, hurt my back, hurt my butt, hurt my legs, just extremely uncomfortable. So I rigged something up. Yes, I know it's not professional. I just took some plywood, cut a piece out, and I put it over the sides. It was nice and level as it was. I bought a boat seat. This one I found at Bass Pro. It was on sale, I think 25 bucks. Tie downs all the way around the kayak. Keep the seat nice and secure. This for me did wonders. Back support, sitting support, just made the kayak that much more comfortable. I do suggest changing out the seat. If you buy this kayak, you're gonna have to think of something yourself. Look on YouTube, people have got really creative. You're probably wondering what these are. I added these 2 boat buoys, or side protectors, just for a little bit added stability. I haven't got to it yet, but I did add a trolling motor to this kayak, and the battery added about 40 pounds and the motor added about 20. So I was a little bit worried, being that this was only rated at 275 pounds. I weigh about 190, just wanted to be on the safe side. Do they work? I have no idea. I didn't really notice a difference before or after. However, I also didn't notice a difference after I added all that extra weight. So they may be accounting for something, but I've yet to tip this thing, and I've been in some crazy waters. Out here is the custom trolling motor mount I put. All I did was take some L brackets, screw them here, rivet them into the kayak there. Same thing, screw and rivet, just the L brackets. And the motor clamps onto here, goes into the water, stays out of the way. I added a trolling rod holder, extends all the way out. Perfect angle for trolling off the back of the boat. Caught a lot of nice fish off of that one. Got the knife in case I run into crocodiles or any other sort of dangerous species in lakes. Just kidding, there's no crocodiles. This is a custom battery box. My buddy had a boat hatch that he never used. He gave it to me. So what I decided to do is I did have to take like a recip saw, and I cut out a hole in the kayak. It was terrifying. I thought I made a big mistake until I kind of came up with an idea. So this locks and closes. This is where the battery went, right in there. Waterproof, no water ever gets in here. And what I did is I just took some 1x1s and I framed it out. I attached the boat latch to the 1x4s, and then I built down up. So I built a little frame that was not waterproof at the time, but it was able for me to add this hatch. Then I took some spray stuff that is used to fill cracks. This stuff, once you spray it on, it comes out really tiny, and then it expands. Some people use it for insulation in their walls, but what I did is I just went all the way around the boat hatch, and I did a lot just to make sure it stays waterproof. This stuff is durable. It's been wet. It's been in the heat. It worked great. Yes, it's a little unsightly, but I think the paint job helped with that. Moving to the back, nothing special back here. Same attachment, took off the handles, put this nice grip on here. This was the original one. I don't think I had it up front because I lost it, but these are the original handles. They can hold the weight and they do a good job. But all in all, I'll show you guys after this where I have the transducer for the fish finder. But if you're looking for an entry-level kayak, don't want to spend over 500 bucks or hell, even 300 bucks, this might be a good option for you. Once again, I enjoyed the stability of it, but I wanted a bigger boat with more utility to where I didn't have to add all of these things. I do have a fish finder out here. Works just fine. It's a Humminbird Piranha Max 4D. Mounted it to the side. Once again, had to drill holes in it, so I had to caulk around it just a little bit. Ran the wires under here, out to the battery box. That's where I connected it. That's my son, so this video is probably going to be wrapping up soon. Yes, baby, that's the new one. Transducer on the bottom. Great kayak if you're looking for an entry-level thing. Please let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions, or if I can help you in any way. Hope you enjoyed this video. Okay.